Yeah.
Like, go home, Wendigo, you're drunk.
Yeah, pretty much.
Guys, we're talking about how cryptids acts in the wild. So, welcome to the
the goat man is your drunken uncle. You say, goat man, can you meet me at 3 p.m. on Tuesday for my graduation? And he's like, yeah, I'll be there. And he shows up next year at 4 p.m. on a Wednesday.
And after that, guys, here we go.
All right.
I love turtles.
What's up, everybody? And guys, you can tell our Grinchy Poo's back.
Grinch, long time no see.
Hey, Grinch. Not, man.
Ryan, Josh, are you busy?
I was just giving a secret, tongue shake to Grinch. Yeah.
Been a long time, huh?
Tommy!
Oh, yeah.
We got Daddy
Hey,
Tommy.
Tommy, how's it going, man?
What's up, Tommy?
Tommy.
What's up, Tommy?
Father.
Tommy, you platinum.
Meet your grandson, Grinch. That is
We're talking about the lizard man. Dude, I'm excited about this, man. We're talking about the lizard man. I am all about it. I am here.
We're talking about Benny Toads.
Yeah, the lizard man is one of Ryan's favorite guys.
Oh, yeah. I actually want to do a show on that one, man. That's like, yeah. So I'm excited.
You want to start it?
Yeah.
Ryan.
Go ahead,
Okay,
Ryan. You have
you had any experiences or anything?
Well, I don't have any experiences, but let me tell you where the story began. June 29th, 1988, a young man by the name of Christopher Davis was driving home from work. And it was late, okay? It was about midnight, maybe a little bit later. And he ended up getting a flat tire. So he had to pull to the shoulder of the road so he could repair the flat. Well, as he's working on his tire, he hears some noises in the distance. And when he looks behind him, he saw a pair of glowing red eyes, okay? And what emerged from this thicket was a bipedal lizard that he described as 6 feet tall. It was deep green. It had claws on its fingers. And this poor kid, he got in his car, and this thing actually jumped onto the hood of his car. And it was tearing apart the metal, and it was really digging its claws into it. And he had to swerve time and time again to get this thing to fall off the hood of his car. And he was so distraught, dude, that he went home. He clammed up for a little bit, but then he did report it to the sheriff. And the sheriff believed him so much because he had the evidence on his car, the claw marks. They did an investigation out there, man. And the sheriff did actually back him up. And he said that there was something out there. It wasn't a known animal that attacked his car. So there is something to this lizard man. And a lot of people have seen it. And it ranges from like 6 feet tall to 7 feet tall. Some people say it looks like a bipedal crocodile. Others say it just looks like a human that has scales. But sightings, I mean, they're not just from skateboard, dude. There's people in Arizona that have seen lizard-like beings. I haven't seen one yet, but I have taken plenty of reports on it, man.
Nice. See, I don't know much about the lizard man. I just know I've seen a documentary and all that. Oh my gosh, we got Grinchy Poo up here.
All right, Grinch is coming up.
Grinchy Poo.
What's up, Grinch?
Hey, Nubs, I'll be back in 2 seconds. I'm sorry.
Hold on.
Emergency, I'll be back. I'm still on panel. I just have to go take care of a kid.
Okay, buddy.
All right. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yep, we can hear you.
I had to not be a dumbass and remember to pause the stream on YouTube so we get no feedback. What's going on? Ah! Where you guys been? I miss everybody. So did I hear Josh? I think I finally know Josh. I think I finally know Second Star's real name. I didn't know it when I left.
You
Is that
know
his name?
haunting.
It's
You know haunting.
his
with
name's
Hodge?
Matthew. It's Matt Grinch.
That's you. Then who said Josh? That's right. I did
I
know
have
his
no
name.
idea.
Josh. That's Josh. Haunting with Hodge.
Oh, then I haven't met you yet, Josh. Nice to meet you. Sorry.
No, you haven't met him or your grandpappy, Tommy.
Oh, who's my grandpa? Tommy. Hey, Pappy.
We're all one big happy family here.
Yeah.
Man, it's been a good minute, Grinch. How you been, dude?
Awesome. I've been just restarting the life thing, you know? That's about it.
Nice.
If you watch the live, you know. If not, check it out later.
I was
Oh,
there.
I was there. I was
Yeah.
Monster Radio, brother. I'm there.
Oh, that's right. Ryan. Oh, you did cryptids, not werewolves. I knew that.
Well, werewolves are cryptids, so you're close enough.
I've heard people. No, it was your stream where that you asked were they the same on not your stream but your Facebook post, Ryan.
Yeah, I mean that's
About
a debate.
werewolf and Dogman being the same or are they different?
Yeah, that's a big debate in the cryptid community. Some people say that they are the same. Other people will say there's differences. As for me, I'll just tell you, I don't know yet. Maybe someday I will, but right now, it's a big mystery.
Because I know you had your experience with the Dogman.
Yeah, and you know, from what I saw, I don't believe that werewolves and Dogman are the same thing. I think that in a way, Dogman inspired the werewolf legends. I think maybe somebody a long time ago glimpsed the Dogman and thought, oh, that was a man that turned into a beast. I don't believe they're one and the same, though. I really don't.
See, the only cryptid that I can personally say that I know for a fact I had to run in is that Hellhound.
Yeah.
And that's from the research I did and like the smell we heard and the sound we heard that night.
Yeah.
It was the most imagine like the biggest dog growling at you times 1,000, like times 10.
Oh, trust me, Nubs, I don't have to imagine that. From what I heard when I had my Dogman encounter, that was some scary shit right there, dude.
Hellhounds are pretty terrifying, and the thing is, it didn't scare me. I want to go back and do another investigation on it.
Well, just be careful, man, because if there's any truth to the lore of the Hellhound, if you see it 3 times, you're gonna die. So be very, very careful.
Why you just got monetized, Tommy. You got some good stuff you're doing, brother.
Josh, Lizard Man, though, I mean, there's a lot of sightings, Nubs. I mean, people have seen them in Virginia. There are lizard people in Virginia.
A lot of sightings also have been coming from South Carolina.
Yes. Well, that's where Scape War is. Scape War Swamp is actually right in South Carolina. So
yeah.
I'm not surprised that there's a lot of reports coming from there. Did you ever hear the story of how that swamp got its name, Scape War? Oh, it's a really interesting story. So there's a couple of variations on this. Some people say that what happened is when the British were here, that they got caught with their pants literally down with a lady of the night, a prostitute. And they were going to convict this woman because, you know, she was the reason the British got caught. But she escaped custody, hence the name Scape Or. It's short for escaped whore. Yeah. Oh, and Ashley's here. There she is.
Ashers.
Oh, Ashers. I know Ashers. How you been, girl?
I'll drop the
She's
link.
about to put us all to shame with her sexiness. Uh-oh.
I don't know. You got Nubby up here.
I don't
and the
know,
apple
man.
don't fall too far from the tree either. So.
Oh, yeah.
Ashley is
I
some
don't
pretty
know.
stiff competition, man.
I don't know if y'all noticed, but I shaved my beard.
Oh, I did notice that.
Trim
I
my
wouldn't
beard.
I thought maybe the pound just gave you a bath and a trim, but okay.
Yeah, they did. They gave me a treat afterwards, though.
Oh, there you go.
They gave me some of that ganja.
Oh, some ganja, man. So is Asher's coming up or no?
Ashers, you can come on up. I don't know, Ashers, you're beautiful.
I keep telling her that. She doesn't want to believe me. It's weird.
I think I met Ashers and Ryan the same time.
Never too nervous to come up.
Well,
Grinch
She
is
just says that
sexy.
she's going to put us all to shame. She's having sympathy for us tonight.
But yeah,
Much
Tommy,
obliged.
I joined your
I'm sure-
membership. I'll join it back again, though. Right now, I don't have the money to join back. All my money is going to Lake Shawnee. In 2 weeks, guys, I'll be at Lake Shawnee.
At least you're
that's-
doing something fun, man. All my money's going towards moving.
Ugh.
That's gonna be fun for you, Nubsy. Like,
Dude, I'm excited about it.
You should be. Oh,
I
she's not coming up this
know.
time.
I know I have the Frogman coming up in the near future that I will let you know about, because I know you know about the Frogman. I've seen your Frogman festival pictures.
She knows more about the lizard man than she's putting on. She's just bluffing.
Like
Actually,
the
you-
3 people I go to when it comes to cryptids is Asher's, Ryan, and Second Star. Like,
There you go.
big deal too when he messages me back.
I haven't seen Dill in a long time.
He is awful to message me back. I ain't talked to him in a minute. What's up, Solo?
I remember Big Dill.
Yeah.
He still did
Well,
stuff.
Para, I don't think that they actually have an existence purpose in our lives. I mean, they exist because they exist. Their lives created separate from us. Why do any animals exist? Because God willed it.
I would
That's
say
true.
it's like humans. Why do we exist?
Right.
Or do we really exist? Are we a parallel universe?
What's
you're getting-
our purpose?
You're getting deep.
Just think. Dubs,
I'm
somewhere
not-
there's an
I'm not
alternate dimension
human.
Ryan. Oh my God.
Dude, somewhere there's an ultimate dimension nubby that has 10 fingers.
Nubby, that is only your missing fingers.
Holy shit.
Oh, there you go.
It's only your missing fingers somewhere in an alternate reality. Yep.
Well, Josh, you get up here then.
You're just fingering away.
Oh, I can make people hard. Oh, you do make me hard, Ryan.
Oh,
Josh.
well.
I keep calling. Oh, by the way,
Ooh.
next June, me and Dakota are heading up to Maryland to see Josh and Ryan.
Nice.
Epic collab with them. Oh God, yes, that's just me. So
Where
how's
did
Little
Matt
Grin?
go?
Oh, he's good.
I seen
Matt
a
just
picture
disappeared
not
on
too
us.
long ago you posted.
13.
Yeah,
Indeed.
Give me 11 months to plan your demise.
It takes you 11 months to plot someone's demise? I have Nubsy's demise already plotted out, and I've had it for 2 years. I would finish it, but somebody keeps stealing my red crayon. It's kind of pissing me off.
somebody keeps stealing your red crown. See, now that's some. See, back where I come from, somebody steals somebody's red crown, they get their fingers chopped off.
You know, they need to understand I color code everything. Red is for, death plans and all that, and then brown's just for normal shit. But
Dog man jerky.
well, I wouldn't suggest go hunting a dog man. You may not come back.
Yeah, that just sounds dangerous. See, that's why one reason I haven't been and tried to investigate hellhounds, because I don't know the first thing about going on a cryptid hunt.
Well, with hellhounds though, I think it's a lot different because that's something very distinctly supernatural. Okay,
Yeah.
with Dogman, we don't know. Are they from this dimension or are they from this planet? Who knows? Do you want to go out there and hunt something you know nothing about? Probably not.
And Ryan, since you're way more into cryptids than I could be, or Nubsy and stuff, what would be the difference between lizardmen and reptilians?
I think it's going to be where they originated from. I think reptilians are probably a type of alien, where my personal theory on lizardman is it's a type of dinosaur, possibly. Because something they don't talk about too often is in the same swamp, only about 60 miles away in South Carolina, they actually did discover fossils of a type of prehistoric crocodile that was able to walk upright. So it was bipedal when it needed to be.
Oh.
If you look at how they describe the lizard man, it kind of resembles a crocodile that's walking on 2 legs. Could it be that it's a derelict species that just somehow managed to evade extinction? It's possible.
Could be.
Mm-hmm.
Could be. And that, yeah.
And that would be why it's so aggressive, because crocodiles of any type, if you go into their turf, especially if they have youngings anywhere, babies, they're going to be hyper aggressive, okay? Especially if it's a female. So if a human's near the nest, that's it. It's going to be in trouble. So maybe, this lizard man had a nest somewhere that was protecting its egg clutch.
So they're saying that the lizard man exists in the Appalachian Mountains. I was just reading something, but it's like a YouTube video, so I was like, damn.
Yeah, there are sightings of that from there, yeah. I think it's interesting, though, how like the legend started in Skateboard Swamp, but slowly and surely, sightings all over the country started to trickle down.
Yeah. Well, that's
but also probably it's far-fetched, but don't forget the disasters, the hurricanes, the disasters like that's occurred back in the time, obviously down south.
Right.
Could that have brought them further up in the States, by pushing the bodies of waters and stuff like that?
Yeah, it's definitely possible. I mean, if you look at the number of floods and everything that we've had in this country alone, yeah, when the environment changes, animals will move on. So maybe the environment changed so much in certain areas, that they just relocated, and we're starting to see them more and more and more.
Shire, what is up?
Okay.
There's one that I want to learn more research about, and that's the pigman, because
the pigman, I don't think that's a cryptid, Nubs. I think that's something that's either supernatural or that's somebody that was dressed up and playing a very sick game.
Because that was a pretty creepy thing. Like I said, I just got done filming. I was in the woods doing some, like, using the bathroom, peeing. And I got done peeing, and I heard somebody whisper Dallas. It said Dallas, my real name. So I looked, and it was like I said, pig. Man, like it was a pig face with a man bottom. Like, and it shoved me out of the woods, and then it was gone.
That's creepy as shit, dude.
It was pretty terrifying, and
Pigman is one I have a hard time taking serious, though, because whenever I think of Pigman, I think of Professor Pig from Batman. So
I do know there was rituals and all that taken over there in that place. So
yeah, I mean, you got to kind of think of what pigs represented in the occult. They were always sacrificed.
I have no clue who Dallas is. Some weird guy.
But at the same time, the story you're saying, Nubs, reminds me as when I was in North Carolina in Bentonville. In front of that woods, I was walking through the woods asking questions because I was seeing lights, and all of a sudden a big crash occurred. So I said, listen, I'm not going to be somebody's snack. So I moved back away, asked the spirit box what the hell was in the woods, and it told me werewolf. Ooh. But a lot of people in that corner of the neck of Bentonville are talking about the dogman. So did we see that? And also I sent Nubs, I don't know if you still have that video around. I sent him a video of something climbing the trees, but really quickly.
I'm pretty sure from the way it looks like devil monkeys to me. Like, I sent you that picture, I think, Matt. The one, Ryan, the one that Beth had in her backyard.
Yeah, I mean, that definitely did look like devil monkeys to me. So I think we really have to work on differentiating all the different cryptids, because I see people say that devil monkeys are dogman and they're this and they're that, and it's
that was the video you saw with what you're saying maybe could be the devil monkey is the same wood that they told me werewolf, and people are talking about dogman.
Here's why they're dumb. If you stop and look at how devil monkeys look, okay, their physical description and everything, it does look very canine. Now, if you're not somebody who knows biology or animals, and you were happen to see something like a devil monkey, you're going to be like, oh, that's a canine-like creature. Because they're supposed to look like baboons that have very, very thick and long tails. What a lot of people seem to forget, too, is some primates will make barking noises. They don't all sound like chimpanzees. They'll make grunts and howls that sound very, very canine. So you got to look at the digits, their back legs, their toes, their fingers. That's how you can tell if they're canine or primate.
Yeah, I didn't go in the woods to see what was there, the log crash and stuff like that. Not because I'm scared. I didn't want to be the next snack, and after that, I didn't think about going back into those woods and stuff like that. And it didn't occur. I came back to Canada, so yeah. So those woods are kind of special. But the story Nubsy was saying remind me about that story.
Right. That makes sense.
But pigmen, I never heard about a pigman. Even if I'm not too much into cryptids, I am in cryptids. I do like cryptids, but it's not my main focus on. I'm more focused on the paranormal side of the ghosts and stuff like that, UFOs. But I do read on cryptids, do a little bit of research here and there, but not fully. But pigmen, I never heard about stories about that, so that's intriguing. To hear.
It's an interesting story. Well, I'm sure you noticed though, Dom, when you start studying one branch, like say you start studying UFOs, you're going to notice that ghosts and cryptids overlap.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying my main perfection is ghost EVPs and stuff like that. But I do branch out to other things. I had stuff with UFOs. We could talk about UFOs for a couple of times. In Montreal, there was a big thing in the late 80s. It's called Place Ville-Marie. There was a sighting. Even the police and the army was mixing that. They saw, everybody saw the same thing, and what we saw was bigger than two sides of a football stadium. So, wow. Yeah, and you can go on YouTube and punch in what I'm saying. UFO at Ville-Marie in Montreal, Quebec. You'll see the video. Explaining it's also in French and English, so explaining what happened. Different times on New Year's Eve. I'm in the middle of the woods with my brother-in-law. We're smoking a cigarette on his porch, and right in front of us, further down in the woods, there's an airport there. There was a brilliant light, and we started playing Morse with a flashlight. That freaking thing was responding to us and jumping from let's say middle to up, down, slide, which a plane or airplane couldn't do. Obviously, this sucks because I could send you pictures because we took pictures with a zoom and that thing looked like a cross.
Whoa,
in the air.
Interesting.
But the main thing is the hard disk burned in my computer. I do have the computer still. We tried many different things to get back the data we had on the hard disk, and they won't let us go through that hard disk because I have some, Jesus Christ, some UFO evidence. People with shit in their pants.
Wow.
Sorry.
Well, what would be interesting to look into is how many lizard man sightings are seen or had around UFO sightings. I mean, if it's a reptilian from a different planet,
seeing that wouldn't be crazy too. To let's say somebody comes out like you're saying, "Hey, listen, I think I spotted the lizard man."
right?
Was there any UFO sightings around the area where that sighting would be? That's not crazy at all.
Yeah, no, I mean that would actually really give some clues as to where it's coming from. If there's a UFO sighted in the same area or anywhere nearby, you could really lean heavily into the whole reptilian belief.
Yep.
It'd be something that's kind of a
the reason why I was asking also for the chat for people that are going to listen to this video, the difference, what would be the difference between the reptilians and the lizard men, is because I heard stories about the reptilians that they had certain servants also as a form of lizards. Could those be the servants of the reptilians, the lizardmans?
It could be. I mean, it's possible, but the thing is, though, is like Lizardman's never really been responsible for any fatalities, as far as we know. Okay, aside from the 1988 incident where it attacked the car, there's not a lot of people that have really, had violent encounters with it. They usually see it swimming by or it's crossing the road. So it's really hard to document these things and put them into the UFO category sometimes.
But also you have to on the UFO side, you have to be also, like you said, you see stuff in the water, those are called UAPs, but there's a lot of sightings that are mistaken for big fish or stuff like that happens in the water.
Oh yeah.
And people
I think
will
a lot
say,
of sightings
I
don't like to throw shade, but I think a lot of sightings are misidentification. Because when you're out there at night or whatever and you see something that you don't know what it is, your brain takes jumps and leaps, especially if you're not familiar with nature.
Obviously,
so they could see a kind of lizard and think, oh, I saw the lizard man, but maybe they saw something like iguana or something like that. That's a possibility too.
Yeah. Well, speaking of like alien UFOs being around with lizard man and all that, do you think that some other cryptids could be connected with UFOs and all that?
It's a running theory, Nubs. I mean, people talk about Bigfoot being seen around UFOs or even Dogman.
And I've heard Bigfoot having to do with supernatural powers too. Like they can,
that's a very
camera and all that too. And
that's a very fervent belief in that field too. Is that they're not even from here, that there's some kind of interdimensional being, and that's why we can't get pictures of them. But while it's a sound theory in a way, I do have a big question that kind of counters that. If they're interdimensional beings and we can't take pictures because of their vibration or whatever, how do you explain the Patterson-Gimlin film? Here we were in the 60s with very primitive type of cameras, and we got the clearest film of a Bigfoot walking in Bluff Creek. Yet here we are 2023, and we can't get one of those again. Why is that?
That's a good question. A really good question.
I did a small lapse. It's not called UAPs. It's USOs. UAPs are in the sky. Ash just correct me. I'm sorry about my mistake. So, yeah.
My vape died.
Ashley won't even say hi to me. I'm kind of offended. I said hi to you, Ashley.
But yeah, I've been like told that like there's two types of like chupacabra. One has to do with like aliens, and one has to do with like
yes. Okay, the original chupacabra, right, from South America. When the woman described it, it was a small being with a large almond-shaped eyes, like the aliens have, and it had spines on its back, spikes sticking out. Right now, come on over to America. They were talking about these coyote-like things being the chupacabra. That's not true though. Those are the blue dogs. Okay. I think that's a type of canine that has either some kind of genetic deformation or maybe just the whole lineage has mange of some sorts. That is not the actual original chupacabra. The original chupacabra was more of an alien-like being.
And I think there's a lot of difference also between both, because the color of the skin is darkish on one and more light, more going to a German Shepherd if you like
Sarah.
Kind of fur type of thing.
Right.
Am I mistaken, Ryan, on that?
No, you're correct. Carol, though, I mean, is there really a rise in it, or are we just kind of sharing encounters more because of social media? I like to believe that these encounters, they've been as abundant and numerous all along. We're just more comfortable sharing them now because of social media and different shows that spotlight this kind of stuff.
A good theory: aliens have been mixing our DNA with that of various animals, setting them upon our planets for the sake of experiments. Skinwalkers are just the biggest genetic mess up.
Skinwalkers are not something you ever want to mess with.
I heard people on the res here that we have not bar talking about skinwalkers and whatsoever. The elders are saying this is something you wish never to encounter.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I have a friend, William Nighthawk. He's a Lakota. He's a shaman and an elder. Whenever I'm going to speak about the skinwalkers, a Yinaralushi, he actually does a blessing for me to keep them away. So that's how much these tribes fear the skinwalkers.
Yeah, those are nasty people.
Yep, you don't want them set up on you, man.
Or beings, or whatever you want to call them.
Well, I mean, there's the creation theory, so
I've heard people mix up skinwalkers and wendigos so many times.
That happens all the time, and it's absolutely ridiculous because the two are nothing alike at all.
I don't know much
it's
about
like saying
them,
it's like saying
not the same.
It's like saying
you don't
basically.
I mean, people also lump the dog man into the skinwalker thing, and it's like they're so drastically different. And nobody really wants to pay attention to how the skinwalkers begin and what they really are. To them, they're just these guys that transform into like werewolf-like beings. And it's like, no, it's so far off from the actual tribal belief that people need to realize when they change the story, they're disrespecting the tribal belief, and it's part of their religion. So I always ask them, well, how would you feel if natives took like Jesus or Moses and started making fun of them? You guys would be offended, yeah? So maybe stop taking their religious figures and twisting them to whatever you want.
Yeah. What's up, Slim, brother? How's April and everybody doing, Slim?
Hi, Slim. I want a skinwalker.
No, I agree 1,000%.
Josh, you don't want, believe me, you do not want that as a pet. Seriously.
No.
He's gonna make you a pet. He's gonna make you a pet before you're a pet. So
yeah, Josh. I mean, you're tampering with the skinwalker. He will make you his slave before he ever becomes your pet.
The only person that can make me their slave is Ryan.
Oh, he just used my voice on you, huh?
Yep. Happy 4th to y'all.
Happy 4th, my fellow Americans.
Don't blow fingers off today, guys.
Yeah, try to be
we got
safe.
Cassie here too. Hey, Cassie.
Yeah, we got Mama Cassie.
Hi, Cassie. So if you're on the roads, the road or partying, please be safe.
I ain't doing nothing. Go to babysit tomorrow.
Maybe I need to meet the skinwalker, Ash. You don't want that, please.
Ash was like legit less than 2 hours away from me, and I could not go see her because I was working.
Yeah, Ashley's got the problem of talking like she's single, unfortunately.
If she was up there in Richville, Virginia, I could have come seen her, but I was working.
Thomas Sheridan said many folks lore stories games with the settlers from the UK, Germany, Netherlands, and the US. And the Norse brought stories to Vinland.
I can see how. Yeah, it's definitely possible.
So, Gritch, what do you know about Lizard Man or any cryptids, buddy?
I don't know hardly anything.
Me neither. That's why I do these streams.
I watch a lot of the videos on YouTube of celebrities where they have the shape-shifting mess-ups and you almost see their eyes. And I like to watch that stuff because I like to try to debunk it and see if that's just a glitch in the camera or a glitch in the stream or whatever they was filming at the time, or if that's for real. And I've seen some that I just can't explain.
Yeah.
There's really, really convincing ones out there.
Yeah, some are bringing that back to what we were talking a little bit before, the reptilians. But yeah,
I mean, I would believe it though. Like, I definitely believe that aliens do exist, and I believe that cryptids do exist. And I believe that they can definitely they somehow some of them are connected with each other.
They coincide. Yeah.
Yeah. But I also believe that the Men in Black are an alien government organization. So I mean,
do you believe that the Men in Black are aliens, or they are humans employed by this alien agency?
They're aliens.
Well, my belief is the Men in Black are humanids, so half alien, half human,
hybrids,
working for a higher power, alien power.
Hey, Sandra, love you.
Try to block a little bit of what's really going around. That's they're roaming already Earth. People are waiting for an invasion when they are already here, and that's my point of view.
Cat, I haven't seen you in 2 years.
I know. I love him, Cat. So I'm gonna drop the link in the chat, guys. I can have one more person up here if anybody wants to come up.
I don't know. I don't know what's the belief of everybody else on panel, but
hey, Bethy.
I think I remember you too. Hi, Beth.
Well, I think as far as the Men in Black go, I gotta wonder if it's more folklore that people are running with nowadays. Because there's a big thing where in the cryptid field especially, people will tell you, oh, if you're out there researching cryptids, the Men in Black will come get you. I've been doing this 20 plus years and not once have I had a run-in with the Men in Black. So when these people tell you, oh, this is going to happen, it's like, are you overhyping the Men in Black, or are you guys just genuinely afraid because you've heard so many stories about them?
I don't think the Men in Black come out as much as people say they do. I think they only come out somebody stumbles upon something very important.
The way I see it, Nubs, is they might interfere if you're on government property, something that's near a top secret area, or even a military base, because you're not supposed to be there. Okay, if it's a military base, you are not supposed to be snooping around. So yeah, they might send out something like Men in Black. But if you're out there in the woods just doing your own thing, I don't think the Men in Black are going to come up to you and be like, oh, you can't be doing this.
Yeah, I mean, I would like to see a lizard man, because I don't know if it will be completely. Well, I don't know. From the first story, they sound pretty dangerous.
Well, I mean, I did take a report out of Tucson where the thing ran away. It didn't chase the couple. It did shriek at them and it hissed at them very, very loudly. And it whipped its tail against the ground, so it made that thudding sound. But once it did the posturing, it took off. It ran down the embankment into the river.
Yeah. Yeah, if y'all missed Grinch's live stream, he did the first live stream in about a year.
There's a lot of moments where you can't understand what I'm saying because I'm talking a little quieter. It's because of this shitty microphone built in, so sorry. But go check it out anyway.
I know how it is.
You're good. Yeah. For first one, it was good, Grinch. You're starting back. Give yourself props and stuff. It was good. It was fun. It was how can I say that? Entertaining. For people that had questions, or you answered a lot of questions to people. You've been honest. You did transparent to people. So hey guys, go see go see his first live. He will be back every single Monday. Is that at the same time, Grinch?
Yes. Oh yeah, 9 p.m. Yeah, thanks, Dom. But back to the
go see him out. Go see this guy is hilarious in his sketches and stuff and music and stuff. So ever since I did this is funny. Cassie brought me on to YouTube.
Web.
she brought me on to the first person that she brought me on to was Fluffy, and the second one was Grinch. I was hanging out on Grinch's live without talking, even going on the panel without talking, and not even showing my face because I was too shy to talk.
I remember
Yeah,
that.
we had
And
some
that
crazy
started
back in the day.
on Grinch's live. That's all of a sudden I decided to show my face and start talking, and those were the best times we had. We had amazing fun. Every big YouTuber that you know, Matt, Nubsy, Grinch, Fluffy, PLE, everybody would be on panels each their time talking. No drama, nothing, and we used to have fun. It was 14, 15, 16, even 24-hour lives. Nubsy was doing some falling asleep on the lives, and all sorts of things. That was the good old times.
Yeah.
So
dude, we all had like 100 subs, and no more.
Shire's question again.
Huh?
Can you bring up Shire's question again?
Oh,
yeah. Hang on.
It's way up there. It's a little bit up.
Sorry, guys. I know we kind of got off topic. I was trying to steer it back, but
The trouble are cryptid and aliens separated. Are they being converged to create a stronger story because demons and ghosts are being included as gray aliens?
That is a great question, and honestly, my opinion on that, Shire, is people are trying to solve one mystery by putting it together with another. All right, and I think that's a really big mistake because we're not going to get any answers by putting everything like that together. We can't lump everything together. We have to look at everything separately and come up with the individual answers before you can just put them all together and say, oh, they're all the same thing. I think that's very unhealthy to do. I think it's damaging to all the fields. We need to really tread carefully.
There's nothing wrong to like a little bit like Shire, and this is my opinion. There's nothing that wrong like Shire saying to try and puzzle everything together, but as Ryan said, you have to take everything in each line of things. Then if you come up with similarities down the road, you can probably come and cross them, but first you have to start.
Well, the best way to do that, Dom, is like if you're studying cryptids, okay, and you're coming across a lot of cases that have some kind of UFOs or whatever, then okay, yes, you can include aliens and cryptids together. But if you're studying cryptids that are more like, you know, flesh and blood, and you're not seeing any extraterrestrial or paranormal stuff, don't just drop it into that category just to be popular. You know, sometimes you have to accept that cryptids could very well be flesh and blood. And what a lot of people forget, cryptids started out as such as things as like gorillas, okapi, things like that. They've turned them into this mystic, paranormal, supernatural monsters that they really weren't meant to begin with. You know, it's weird how the cryptid field took a turn.
Yeah. Well, same with paranormal.
I mean, everything's a demon in the paranormal world nowadays.
Either that or it's a freaking portal to hell. A demon or portal to hell. Demon or portal to hell. That's all you, especially on these paranormal programs on TV. It's always a portal to hell with a certain Zach bag. Yes, I called him out.
Hold on. Yeah, I'm gonna address Sandra. Sandra, yes, I did heard about the story. One of my sisters lives not far from that place, so she wrote to me about that story. The Reiki, Reiki has been appearing in the Maritimes, like New Brunswick, Gaspésie, Newfoundland, quite a bit in the past years. So yes, I heard about
I've got a lot to say about the rake.
Okay, go.
Okay, so
go on
the rake.
Ryan.
The rake is a creepypasta. Okay, I think it's high time people recognize the rake started on a 4chan forum. Okay, it was done by online writers that literally created a monster. They created a forum that was all made just to create a popular online monster like the Slender Man. But there is precedence for the rake, and these things are called pale crawlers or the ashmen. but they don't have everything that the rake has. A lot of the stuff that you see with the rake, like the wet hands, the long fingers, it's all made up. Okay, so that video, Dom, the one that she's talking about, that's not the rake. That's a pale crawler. These are something that's been here all along. They're not new.
Oh, I haven't seen the video. It's just that my sister wrote to me about that story in Gaspé. I never saw that the video. I know about the story because my sister lives,
I want to know about the pale crawler.
not even 15 minutes from where the video was apparently shot and this situation occurred. That's the only reason why I know about it. I didn't see the video, but as you're saying, a lot of people are mistaking the rake with
the Ashman. Yeah, and you know, it's funny because a lot of these YouTubers, they'll tell you, oh, you know, it's a new thing people are seeing. It started recently, and that is absolutely 100% not true, because the Navajo were describing these things way back before the European settlers even came to the country. Okay, they called them the people before the people. And according to their belief, there's two different beliefs here with the Navajo. Either they were a tribe of people that gave up on the human civilization and they took to underground, to the subterranean living. That's why their skin turned white, why they don't have any hair, why their eyes turned black or white, and why they turned so aggressive. Now, on the polar opposite end of that, though, the Navajo also believe they're dream invaders, that they come from your dreams. So these things have been around long before we were even in this country. So it's not a new thing, okay? The stories from the rake on the 4chan forum just made it more popular. So they turned it into this killing monster that never actually was a thing. It's the Ashman that people are talking about, not the rake.
The other thing, you're talking about people living underground and stuff like that. They discovered in China little tiny people that live in the bottom of a cavern in a mountain. I'm trying to remember that place, but they have a special way of things, and they have no connection with the humans outside in China.
Right. Well, I mean, the Navajo story for the Ashman, it's actually kind of sad because they saw how cruel men were being to one another, and so they gave up hope on the rest of the tribe, and they relocated into caves because they want to live separate. And they did vow that if they saw anyone from their former tribe crossing their path, they would be violent and aggressive with them.
Well, take another form of that, the Sentinels.
Yeah,
they are secluded settlers on an island. You're not allowed to go there. Anybody that goes there will get killed. Basically, they don't want nobody on the island. Planes go, they'll cross across the island, you know, to show people, and they get shot with arrows.
But I understand what you're talking about, the false narrative and these historical sites like putting their foot down and all that. But most of them historical sites charge way too much for an investigation and all that.
Okay. There's a reason
why you go find like an abandoned house on the side of the road, because I've been to a lot of these paid locations, and yeah, they're creepy and haunted, but these free locations on the side of the road will put some of these places to shame of how haunted and crazy it is.
All right, well, I got a question for you guys, since you're paranormal experts and everything.
Yes.
And there's also like UFO lovers in the chat. So, all right, there's that popular theory that Bigfoot is an alien or supernatural, okay? But if it's either one of those, why does Bigfoot show such strong primate behavior? It behaves like an ape. It acts like an ape. So if it's not something from this earth, and it's not some kind of ape or some kind of ape-human hybrid, why does it act like one? Don't you think that aliens would create something far more intelligent?
And Ashers, these big paranormal people are the ones giving us a bad name, but there is a difference between the big paranormal and these people that are just entertainment, and people just get them confused sometimes. And Like, I don't know. It's a
Well,
very
a little bit like
situation
this
about that, but
a little bit like the discussion we were having a little bit in the background
before the chat started, yeah.
Yeah, it comes up to a little bit to the discussion we were talking did before. So
I think it's blissful ignorance, Nubs. I think people want to ignore that it's not real. They want the scary stories. They don't want the study. They don't want the research.
Yeah.
They want to be scared. People like to be scared. And, as it's been proven, people will pay you to scare them. So if you get a really good scary story, like a ghost hunt, where you can show a lot of activity, even though it's fake, they'll pay attention to that because it's scaring them. It's giving them that thrill.
See,
the
I
best
don't watch
industry presently is horror flicks slash killer movies.
The biggest
every time
issue
there's a new horror movie out, they make millions of bucks at the box office.
Right.
One
and
of the
run
biggest
into that problem in
issues is
cryptozoology too,
TV
though.
Like ghost hunters and all that. That's the biggest issue because there's always a portal or some demonic hell, something.
What I have a problem in paranormal. I'm a paranormal investigator. I've been doing like a little bit like Ryan. I've been doing that for 26 years. Sorry. The problem I have with the other YouTubers and paranormal people is they want so much the fame, fortune of YouTube that they will invent anything different. And when you come to real paranormal and you want to tell people this or that, they think it's like the movies that they're gonna get thrown on the wall, thrown off the beds and chairs and stuff like that, which is not things.
Well, it's like on my end, with cryptids, right?
Is shared like fresh water. Everybody has that in their mouth. As soon as a paranormal activity happens, it's demon. They're not checking out. They're not demystifying what's happening, but already it's the demon did that, or this is a demon got attacked by a demon whatsoever.
See, and people get demons and evil spirits confused. Like they think that they're the same thing, and I'm like, no, there can be something evil, and it's completely opposite of demonic. Like
I've been possessed. I've
been possessed, and it wasn't.
I could tell you this is not something fun that you want to put on YouTube saying I got possessed and stuff like that. I was crying like a bitch. Sorry my language.
He was, but
okay. And I'm a guy. I'm gonna hear a word, and I'm gonna hear a noise. I'm gonna go straight forward. I don't care. I'm gonna go straight forward. Obviously, I will be aware of the dangers, maybe stuff. Like, example, like the big thump in the woods, the trees breaking. I'm not gonna be somebody's lunch, but I will go for the try to find out, to try to demystify what just happened. But yeah,
and you do amazing, Sandra. You are an amazing content creator. You do amazing stuff.
Yeah, so like I was saying though, Dom, we run into that with cryptids too. Like something that I see a lot is people will tell you when you talk about Dogman, they're like, oh, they're killers, they're murderers. Okay, well, if that's the case and they kill every human they come across, how come we have so many live witnesses that weren't attacked, they weren't mauled, they weren't bitten or scratched? The Dogman just stood there and then ran away after a while. If they're so aggressive and they're such killers, why are there so many witnesses? Same with Bigfoot. Same
with mommy.
Things like that. I think people overindulge, and what they do is they really make the story something huge because they want 15 minutes of fame. Okay, they want to be known for having this really violent, deadly encounter, and they survive because it makes them feel like they're a badass. What they don't realize though is they're making themselves look stupid, because if we ever find out it's a lie, it's like, you hoaxed us, you're an asshole, get out of here, so
yeah, but it does it just I don't know, I forgot what I was gonna say.
but like I was saying, there's two different things.
I'll be right back.
Between when people tend to say they got possessed or got attacked by a demon and really being possessed, there's a freaking difference. You're not happy. You're not, dude, man, I just got attacked by a demon, and it was crazy, dude. Listen, you won't be talking like that. I'm telling you. Okay.
Dom, whenever you got time, remind me. I want to talk with you more about what you experienced. I won't ever say I was possessed. But when we went to the David Oman house on Celio, while I was there, everything was fine, but I felt really weird after. I just felt this heaviness, and I'll tell you more about it in private. But
yeah, we'll talk together, because something else happened to me in a prison similar to a possession, but it's not a possession. It was just the spirit trying to make me understand what he went through his time. So sometimes they will grab you and make you feel stuff.
Yeah,
it's not a possession. It's just
you're in prison with me. I make you feel things.
Hey, Matthew.
Say what?
But Dom, what you were saying a few minutes ago about how when somebody get possessed, they don't want to sit there and talk about it. It's true. I witnessed 4 people get possessed. 2 of them on the live stream and 2 of them in real life. The 2 on the live stream,
I was
one
there.
of them was
The 2 times they got possessed, one was at
and then
666, and the other one.
Yeah,
I was
and then
there.
the other one on the live stream was on my live stream, and you remember that, Don, don't you? Alien stream. And as soon as I seen the dude get possessed, I cut the camera off and ended the stream right then and there. Just like when I went to 666, as soon as I seen the people, like the dude I known for about over 23 years get possessed, and he wasn't the same person I known, I cut the camera off. And then when the other person got possessed, I cut the camera off. I'm the type that's not going to record something like that, because that should not be recorded.
I'm not saying, and hold on 2 seconds, if people think I'm denying that demons are bad entities exist. There is bad stuff going out, but there to point every single time demon. That's my problem.
Yeah,
I think
because
Matt's
not everything is
Matthew?
demon. Yes, Matt. Matthew?
Say something.
Huh?
Can you say something about possession?
I can't hear you.
Can I say something about possession?
Yes.
Yes, go.
You know, they've made a mental discovery about a lot of people that quote unquote go into possessions, that everybody has a secondary identity within a haunted location that clicks on whenever they are in extreme fear or a place of uneasy or an area that they have never traversed before. That it's kind of like a kill switch to turn in. It's kind of like a fight or flight mode. And like when Nub said that he saw somebody that he's known for all his life turn into somebody that he's never seen before, it's that kind of kick on. It's that fight or flight. Like how some people will go completely silent and like walk out of an area. It's kind of the same thing. Some people will completely turn into a different person, and it's their defensive area. It's their defensive mechanism that turns on to protect themselves.
That's a good theory.
Like a form of regression, then.
Yes.
I never heard of that. I actually that does make some sense though.
It's called the A. What's up, bro?
But
it's called the Able Mind from Cain and Abel.
Yeah, Sandra. The attachment I had, it was the same night that the 2 things I seen on 666, and I was drained of my energy for a good 2-3 weeks. Didn't upload any videos, do no streams, didn't talk to nobody. I was just not myself.
So I got a question though for you paranormal people. How much of it is really possession though, and how much of it is really you convincing yourself something is going to happen? I don't mean that in an offensive way, but I know some people, when they go out on a hunt, they're convinced 100% that something bad is going to happen. Now, if you set your
yeah.
mind to something,
Well,
you set your mind to
that's
it,
a little
that
bit
bad
you're
thing will happen.
projecting.
Hey,
you're
Mama
projecting
Jojo.
when those people, sometimes people do not know where they're going, what they're going through, and stuff like that. So obviously, if you go into a place investigating already with a state of mind of scariness inside of you, saying, "Oh, maybe I'll probably get bring back a ghost with me. Probably a spirit's gonna possess me and stuff like that." More you're gonna put that in your head, more you're gonna psychic yourself to be possessed.
Yes.
So if something happens or you get drained of your energy, you're gonna say you're possessed because your head has been
You have been manipulated by the surroundings.
Yeah, saying to yourself, I'm gonna be possessed of your stuff. So if something happens that's not really a possession, you're gonna think it is a possession.
Right. Right. I mean, you can pre-program your mind, and this is something that we run into in the cryptid field too. Is that people will say, "I'm going to go out there."
The Army, and the CIA was what the MK2 Ultra did. Was trying to do that. Was trying to create brainwash the mind, so trying to make perfect soldiers. Not being afraid to go forward if the enemy is pulling bullets at you. You're gonna go straight forward, thinking that you're invincible.
Yeah.
I mean, you can like have that predisposition, though. I mean, like I tell people, if you're going to go out there, don't convince yourself before you get there that something bad's going to happen. Don't sit there telling people, "I'm going to hear this, I'm going to see that," because you pre-program your mind. And there's that old saying that if a man's convinced he's going to die tomorrow, he usually finds a way to make it happen.
Yep.
So if you go out there convinced that you're going to get attacked or whatever, you find a way to make yourself believe it happened.
Yeah, it's like what me and Ryan's try to teach people all the time. Remember a long time ago, Ryan, when I was telling people about forced illusions? Like, if you go out in the wilderness and you expect to see something, or
you're gonna
see
exactly the point. Sorry, Matt, to cut you 2 seconds. The point you're bringing there is exactly the same thing. I'm saying the same thing. If you go on a paranormal investigation, and in your head you're gonna get possessed, or you're gonna bring back a ghost.
Good night, Ashley.
Love
you. Not saying you're gonna get possessed, but in your head, let's say the spirits drain your energy to be able to manifest. Well, being drained, you're gonna say you're possessed and stuff like that. Believe me, once you get possessed, you don't want to do YouTubes. You don't want to do a lot of shit like that. Like people
that's like an attachment
saying,
too.
"Oh, I met the demon. We had a coffee together." That, believe me, no. Okay.
See, this is where it gets interesting, though, Dom, because it's so different in the paranormal and the cryptid field. Like you were just saying, but with the cryptids, though, these people will come back with like all these photos saying you're going to see a dog man here, you're going to see a Bigfoot, and in this picture of Bigfoot, you're going to see 12 dog man, you're going to see a baby Bigfoot, you're going to see a chupacabra, and there's nothing there. And I think it's
that's the exact same thing. Well, hold on, Ryan. We have the exact same thing on the paranormal field. People will tend to send you pictures of pareidolia, saying, "Listen, we see a face in the window. We see a face on the tombstone. There's a face in the tree. It's this. There's a ghost there." And when you look, you're like, "Where?
It's called.
I can't see it." And the worst part is when you tell that person, "Listen, on my perspective, I do not see nothing on this or that. You're a piece of shit. You're this, you're that, and that's how all the drama falls down.
Manipulation. It is simple manipulation for simple money.
As a thumbnail.
I don't know who I don't know who Floodgate is, but heck yeah, that was funny.
That I was going to say.
I love that. I don't know who you are, Floodgate, but welcome to the Nubby Bunch.
Hello. But it's manipulation. It's all kinds of manipulation. It's like 1,000 years ago, humans couldn't see blue. Okay. But for some reason, everybody kept saying that the sky is blue. So everybody has developed the way to see the color blue now through actual physical manipulation. And it's the same thing. We can turn people we can turn people into saying, you know, you show people a picture of a forest and you tell them, you give them slight hints that there is a creature out there and they have to find it. You may know what's out there, and 90% of the time, you can just show a bare ass fucking picture that has nothing in it but trees, no sign of life or anything. But somebody is going to find a creature that's out there in some way, shape, or form that's out there.
Matt, I didn't get to tell you about the experiment that I ran.
Yeah.
Okay, so what I did, I took a bunch of people out to a research area out here, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I told them that somewhere out here is an animal you're going to see. And I let them start talking about dogman. They started talking about chupacabra. So they went and they took photos and they brought photos back. Well, here's what a little secret was. There was an animal out there, Matt. It was my dog Duke. Okay. So they're telling me, oh, I caught an infant dog, man. I'm going, no, you didn't. You want to see that. And that's what you thought you saw. But what it really was, it's my dog. You took a picture of my dog. So
it's the same thing. You could take a picture of a, you know, a living room with bare lighting. And I swear to God that 9 out of 10 people in the chat room will find a shadow man or a ghost or something that's in that house, you know, in that room.
I think a lot of people
because of the way the lighting is.
And a lot of people have a desperation to see something because they want to see it so badly.
Mm-hmm.
That every shadow, every blur becomes something that they want to see, and that's the sad state of affairs.
Well, it's how. Well, it's like Ryan, you know, how in the early, like like the late 1700s and early 1800s Japan, how the Japanese Oni belief has changed so much because of the way that the basic people were seeing stuff. Like, there's an Oni where the rich people would come to a area in a hand-drawn cart, and you would not see the rich person that's inside of the carriage, but you would see a face look out from the back window. And there's an Oni that is literally a hand-drawn carriage with a demon's face coming out of the back of it that is now a mainstream Oni in the Japanese culture. It's anything and everything can be manipulated, and if enough people fucking believe it, it becomes real, even if it's just one person that has ever seen it. There's a cryptid called it's called Come At a Body that was seen in Maine one fucking time in 1701, and it was the shape of a badger. And like a badger and a woodchuck that came out from a bush and jumped at a logger and farted at him, and it became a cryptid. Like it left a putrid gas and everything, and there's only one account of it ever being recorded, but it's a cryptid. I mean,
now they're seeing flying dogmen that have the big bat wings on their backs. You know, I mean, that kind of shows that the whole field is taking a left when it should be taking a right.
It is. Because people are tired of the same. People are tired of the same.
It's the same way as paranormal. It's all going like people are like doing stuff to make it like people
you think gimmick boxes that have never been ever recorded in history ever before until the early 1900s.
Gimmick box is the biggest horse shit.
Oh, but there's 5 million of them on the black market eBay.
I don't give a fuck the black market. The black market's bullshit.
But I'm just saying that's the thing. People, there's too many true believers. There's too many true believers that will believe any fucking thing. If you have enough true believers in a house and they hear the house pop because it's settling, they believe that it's possessed.
That's that. Shire is saying I wager a kidney and a good kidney at that 90% of paranormal sighting stories were encountered by people not certain of expecting it.
Yeah, Shire, I would agree with you 100%.
But also, most of those encounters, just like most cryptid encounters, Shire, are experienced by drunkards also.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, as a fact, the best kind of witness you can believe when you're in the cryptid field is the person that went out just doing something else and captured a photo or a video because they didn't know what they were looking for. They weren't looking for anything. So when they come back to you and they say, hey, I was out doing this and I came back and I saw this, you know, it's like
this is why I don't believe in paying thousands and thousands of dollars to go to a place to go do a 12-hour investigation.
Yeah, if you get a few money nubs, they're setting something up.
Exactly. Like, I want to go to these places like Pinhurst and places like that, but it's $1,000 and that's stupid.
Yeah, but don't forget,
go to a place that will put Pinhurst to shame.
Don't forget, that those big places like that have been visited by top YouTubers, by some TV shows.
Mainly freaking ghost hunters
so they
and these
get
TV
they
people.
get hyped with that, and you know. And you're talking about hold on. You're talking about places that would put those places at shame. I'm telling you, Vet's house would put any of those other places at shame.
Hey Nubs, I'm gonna go for a quick smoke.
All right, you're good.
The backyard is a battlefield and also a retreat battlefield between the north and the south. It's also the place where I encountered something in the woods. That's also the video we shared there from you. That's behind Bet's house in the backyard. Okay. Yeah. In the house, it's fucking nuts. You have spirits walking around the house. They don't fucking care about you. You're sleeping nighttime. They will bang stuff on the door, not letting you sleep. Okay. So, and like I said, not saying Penhurst and places like that are not great. Yes, they have history. They're great, but charging them a lot of money to say, hey, this is paranormal stuff. You're right, Nubsy. Some places could be put to shame compared to other places. The other reason why sometimes, like I said, the amount is so much higher like that is they've been on TV, they've been on with
big name TV shows go there.
Yeah, so they're seeing making big bucks, and obviously it's working because a lot of people will pay big bucks to go to those places. So why would they stop? Listen, Nubsy, if I give you an example for 3 hours, I'll give you $600 to film in your room. Will you take it?
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So if I say example, okay, it's $1,200 to investigate my hotel. People that are paying $1,200, I'm happy. You can come and investigate.
Oh yeah.
Well, it's like here in Texas.
Some places, hold on, 2 seconds, man. Some places will charge extremely high amounts of money because they don't really want paranormal there. Yes, they know their place is haunted, but they don't want that avenue of spookiness and stuff. They don't want to.
Oh, they don't want people like Zach Baggins going to these places like the portal to hell.
Yeah, sorry, Matt, I cut you off, but
because that's what Zach Baggins. Everywhere he goes, the portal to hell here, portal to hell there.
Well, it's like here in Texas, in San Antonio, there's a hotel called the Minger Hotel. And that place is completely haunted. Like, a lot of ranchers and everything have literally killed each other over, battling over land rights and everything there. And it was an old saloon. But, even ghost hunters and, like Zach Baggins and all those people wanted to go there and do an investigation. And they said, no, we're not shutting down for y'all or anything. On our place because this is a continuous business where they're not going to do it. And if you go there and you mention anything about ghost hunting or whatever there, they will literally escort you out with security. Like, and even if you do like a homemade investigation in a room that you rented, and they hear you like 2 o'clock in the morning, like asking dumbass questions, like, you know, what am I doing right now? You know, like what color is the bed? They're gonna kick you out of that hotel because they do not want that shit running around.
What if you got a blind person with you and they're just asking what's the color of the bed and you're telling them?
Yeah, no, it's not the same thing. But obviously, what Matt is saying, we have some crazy haunted places here in Montreal, and they will tend to not even address paranormal. And like Matt said, if you go there and you talk paranormal, which is a restaurant hotel, if you talk about paranormal, they will simply not serve you and kick you out.
Yep. And that's how it should be.
I sent over the years. I sent many requests to be able to rent the whole place to do a paranormal investigation there, and every time I got shut down. And that restaurant belongs to a very popular music people in the industry here in Quebec, Canada. So they tend to not to be on the side of paranormal, so they don't want to know nothing. But it's really fucking haunted. There's about 600 to 700 confirmed sightings of paranormal evidence from different people, all with the same story. They don't know each other.
A lot of things, though, Dom, is another reason why they don't like. I love y'all. Y'all are crazy little fuckers. I love y'all. But the thing is another reason why a lot of places don't want paranormal investigators in their hotels and everything is because y'all bring a shitload of noise-making toys, and y'all don't understand how loud and annoying that stuff is, and how like a SB7 box going off. You know, that continuous toot, 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 or the static noise or whatever. You know, if somebody's got, you know, problems or whatever, and they hear that, or it can throw off people's hearing aids and stuff. Like,
very true.
They don't want that.
A lot of people that where I sent requests to do some paranormal investigations, I even told them, listen, if you do not want me to broadcast, you know, or to do videos, it's okay for me. I just want to, you know, be part of an investigation in your building for the history and stuff. I explained everything. And some people will basically tell me, listen, it's not an avenue we're going to go through. We don't want to be a circus. Like Matt said, there's a lot of customers there. Some places are working businesses, hotels, museums, stuff like that. But also the other thing is a lot of people are on YouTube also. They see all the drama shit and all the stupid stuff that goes around in paranormal and do not want to be associated with that kind of shit. So even if you prove to them that you're a good, diligent researcher, you do your research, you build up a research and stuff like that, and you show that to the people, they will still block you because of all the stupid shit going
because
around.
if they give you access, that means they have to give other people access.
Yeah. I do have a question, and we're going to talk about this on the next Paranormal 101 episode also. But when you say we take a trip, all of us take a trip to Japan to do an investigation in Suicide Forest. How do these people in Japan understand our language?
Well, I can tell you what, though, they don't understand the names you're looking for.
There's no barrier. I'll give you an example, okay? We went in Ontario to a fort. It's called Fort Henry.
I mean, how does spirit understand?
Hold on. I'm coming to that. We went to a fort. It's called Fort Henry in Ontario, Canada. Okay. It was also a prison camp for the German during the Second World War. We went there to investigate. We were asking French questions. We would get German answers. We had somebody that studied spoken German better than I can speak German, and that person was asking questions in German to the spirits, and we were getting English quite the response, or French the response in that. So there's not really a barrier. In my belief, there's not really a barrier of language. But
so you think
I think it's more a sort of respect if you go, let's say you go to Germany to do an investigation. If you bring on whatever you can speak in German to explain what you're gonna do to the and try to, you know, present yourself in German, they will answer you as to make you understand. So if
it's the intention, it's your intention.
Go ahead. What were you gonna say?
Oh, I think it has a lot to do with intention. I don't think it has much to do with a language barrier at all. I think if they really are spirits, or if they're interdimensional beings or whatever, they can pick up on our vibes and they can sense our intentions, and it's kind of like a form of telepathy in a way.
See, well, I've been told that when spirits die, they learn every language.
It's possible.
It could be. We don't have the ultimate answer on that. What's happening on the other side? We're trying to find answers, but sometimes it's not the right way. We're going down the path.
Yeah, I've always wanted to know.
But here's the thing: to be able to learn and be able to retain knowledge and everything, you have to have a. By the way, science says you have to have a brain. You have to have a brain to contain all of that. What do you have when you're a spirit? You don't have nothing but electrical energy. So when you die, the way that science sees spirits is when you die in the way that you die. Like the way Ned was talking is, he's talking about like if we go to Mount Fuji, or we go to one of the ancient Buddhist temples or something, like before English hit Japan or any other like Dutch or whatever. How will an ancient spirit, like if you go over to Britannia, you know, old ancient Britannia, okay, when Boudica and everything was going on, before they knew how to speak English, like
valid point, Beth.
You know, they're not going to understand our language today, you know, because every 10 years the English language changes, you know, and how are you going to have a spirit from the 12th century talk to somebody from 2023 when they're talking, can I ask you a question? You know,
so in other words, Matt, you're wondering why a ghost hasn't come on to the little tools going, it's Britney, bitch.
Right. You know,
okay, you just poked out something that happened on the tour. I give haunted tours in Montreal. I do also paranormal investigations in Montreal for a company called Haunted Montreal. I was doing one of those walks, and all of a sudden I was explaining to the people and pointing a building and explaining the history, why it's haunted, and etc. etc. And across the street in front of that building there was a certain person, homeless person, and I was back to the building, and all of a sudden people were saying, watch out, watch out, watch out. He was throwing stuff on the other side of the street to try to catch me with all sorts of garbage. So when I turned around, he was telling me, do not talk about my building. He goes, I'm Britney, bitch. But he was screaming so loud in the middle of the downtown area. All the people were laughing anyway. So it was funny. It just reminded me of that.
All right. This ain't like a question, or well, it's kind of a question. But the other day, Mom was telling me that she was looking out the front door because the dog was going off, and she seen somebody crouching down, and she looked at him the whole time while she was grabbing the flashlight, shined the flashlight, and it was gone. But the first thing I asked her,
let me tell Beth something real quick. when the Bible says we'll be all knowing, it means we'll be all knowing of everything through the future. We won't know languages or anything, but we will know of future events. We won't all be sharing the same tongue or anything like we did building the Tower of Babel, because God said no to that. That's why we have so many different languages today, is because if we all shared the same language, we would all be smart the way we were back then. It is just talking about knowing the future, knowing what's going on. And even if you're using that as a biblical term and everything, if you talk to ghosts and everything, ghosts don't seem to know anything. They can't even tell you what fucking year it is, let alone what day it is. So
you're right. That is a good point.
How would they know the future though? It can't be one or the other.
Yeah.
But at the same time, hold on, Matt. You're saying they can't give you time and date, but what happens when they give you time and date?
Yeah, but how rare is that?
Oh, good question.
Because I'm asking that question because I got some answers, asking some spirits, what's the date today? What day are we? What's the temperature outside? And they were pinpoint.
Asking that is like hitting the lottery. You may have actually got the one person that can actually communicate with you.
I didn't say it happens every single day, but yeah. I'm just pointing out that it could happen that they will give you the exact date. What we call it intelligent response. They will give you the date. They will give you the let's say they can tell you the color you're dressed in, or if you have shoes or slippers and stuff like that. So there's a mix of two. You have to be careful in the balance. So
I want to inject something into what Second Star was saying before. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
I wanted to say something about what Matt was saying. So if they're all knowing in the future, and they're all knowing of all future events, would that not also incorporate future languages that haven't been invented yet? And does that also not somehow explain how someone from the 12th century would understand what a future person is talking about, having passed on and now inheriting all of they know what you're saying when you say ask you a question?
Yeah,
valid point.
I love your question.
Yeah. That's what I would expect them to understand and expect to know. But it says everything except for languages and accents and everything. It just says in the future.
Huh.
And the future is a wide variety of what is.
Mm-hmm.
So it could be knowing future languages. It could be knowing who's going to win a lottery or what's going to be in the future. So
this opens it up to what about future? What about potential futures? Do they know? Can they foresee any possible future, or is it just what the future is going to like? Oh man,
Shire. I didn't think about it, but that's a good.
If that's the case, man, I'm gonna do one of you guys a favor when you're ghost hunting me.
What's the future?
Show me your wiener. Oh.
No, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna haunt Nubs and be like, "Here's the winning lottery numbers for 2 years from now."
Hey, I'm cool with this.
If I die, I'll give you the lottery numbers, Nubs.
Thank you, son. Oh.
You got it, Daddy.
Nubsy, I have it just popped in my head seeing what Shire said. Something that we should add on Paranormal 101 is Jesus Christ, time travelers.
Ooh,
time traveler. Great Scott.
Some just put it in on a back burner for one of the next episodes.
It's gonna be the next one.
Next one? You want to do it on the next one? Because we already have something planned for the next one. So
yeah, well, I got a bunch planned for that one. That one's gonna be close to a 3-hour stream if we get through everything.
Vodka.
Okay. So we'll do it. We'll do it on the.
Like, I will let y'all know right now. I don't know if y'all can read that, but we're gonna be talking about how paranormal.
We're going to be talking about how Quasimodo had sex on his phone.
No, not on this stream.
I like us this.
That's on NubHub. But
Yeah,
we're gonna be talking about how survival works in the paranormal.
Yeah.
How do spirits from other countries understand other languages? The difference between possessions and attachments, because we need to go back over that again. And time travelers.
Nice. Very good topics, Nubs. Nice.
That's gonna be cool for Paranormal 101. So
yeah, that's gonna be a good.
When are we doing that? Next week?
Next Monday. I'm gonna schedule that for next Monday.
Cool. What?
There we go.
The storm cloud doesn't hit notes.
But yes. I do know that the next the next cryptid will be in 2 weeks.
And what's the subject on in 2 weeks?
Beth might want to get up here on panel for that one because we're going to be talking about pudwudgies.
Ooh, pudwudgies. Beth, you and I should be up here, man. Uh-oh.
And then we got Thunderbirds after that.
Oh, Thunderbirds.
And then I got like Banshees, the Megalodon. I got
the Meg is my baby. Nubs, you gotta have me on the Megalodon one. That's my baby right there.
I had one back in the day until the government made me one. Sorry.
I guarantee you, eventually I will die petting some animal that I shouldn't be trying to pet. I guarantee you.
You're gonna be like Steve Irwin.
Ryan is optimistic. I'm gonna die doing something I want to do. I want to.
Oh yeah, Dom, definitely.
Die, but
if I see a Megalodon, there's no way you're gonna stop me from jumping in the water with it. I'm gonna be like, yes, Cuddles.
Listen. I'm allergic to fish and seafood. I have sharks. I have a tank of a shark right next to me. Okay, I have piranhas. I have oysters. But believe
one day y'all are going to see me.
You tell me you found a Megalodon, Ryan, I'm coming with you.
I'm gonna do Steve Irwin, dude. If I die, if it bites off my arm, I'll be like, Crocky, isn't she a beaut? She took my arm off, but she's a beautiful one, ain't she?
Oh, yeah, man. Oh,
one day y'all are going to see me on Playboy as the naked cowboy riding the miniature T-Rexes in the West Texas.
I will buy
them. My caps and cowboy hats.
Hold on.
I think that would be Playgirl, man.
Huh? What?
Did you just say naked cowboy?
Yep. I'm going to be a naked cowboy in the West Texas desert riding a miniature T-Rex.
Next first Canadian naked Mr. Clean.
On a
T-Rex. Be like, you ladies want to see my giant lizard?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Rich, I was watching that one. It's not a parody you did, but the moose, shit.
Oh, the moose thing.
I was watching that the other day.
What about that,
dude? Oh man, the spider monkey moose.
Yeah,
something like that. Oh man, guys, one of these days we're gonna go on the Grinch marathon again and watch a bunch of his old parodies.
Yeah.
When are you coming back with that those sequences?
What, me?
The parodies?
I gotta go wrangle back kids.
Love you, Matthew.
Night. Take care, man.
Oh, night.
I'll be back.
All right, we'll be here.
Nubsy.
Yes.
When are you gonna come back with the reaction videos?
I'll try to do one next Sunday night. But if not, It will be the following week. It would be after we get back from Lake Shawnee.
Okay.
My internet's been too bad to do any React streams because it would be freaking man.
Well, don't do any cool streams until I'm settled there, Nubs. I don't want to miss all these cool streams while I'm moving and shit.
Like, lately I've been sticking with the freaking paranormal stories with the Nubby Bunch. I've been sticking with Paranormal 101, and I've been sticking with the cryptids.
Okay. Well, just don't plan any cool cryptids until I'm all settled in so I can jump on.
No, the next cryptid one will be in 2 weeks.
Cool. I should be all packed up and ready to rock by then.
Yeah, I'm trying to do them every other Monday.
Yeah, I'm moving.
So you're not going to be in Bentonville no more?
No, I'll be in Sierra Vista, though. So that'd be pretty cool. Yeah, that's not too far away. It's like a half hour away from where I'm at right now.
Well, maybe you'll find some epic lizard man evidence.
Man, if I run into a lizard man, Nubs, I'm going to be pissed. All right? I'm going to be like, yeah, no, I didn't want to see you, man. What the hell? Go away.
Well, if you see him, tell him, listen, can you tell your buddy Mopman, can you tell your buddy Bigfoot to come and see me? Let's have a chat, take a beer.
Yeah, I got the Hopkinsville Goblins I'm going to be doing.
Oh, the goblins. Ooh, dude, Ashley would knock you out on that one. She is good at that subject.
And then I got the Owlman, which is the UK version of the Mothman, the Rougarou.
Well, hold on.
Rougarou, that's my stuff right there.
The Owlman, we have some stuff about the Owlman here up north.
Nice. The Rougarou, though, I'll definitely be on for that one, dude. My dad used to tell me stories about the Rougarou growing up.
The Congo Monto, which is a South African urban legend that I'm excited to do about. The Banshee, which I'm not sure if that's considered a cryptid, but we are.
That's more paranormal, but Banshee is still really interesting.
I want to do Leprechaun. Leprechaun's not really a cryptid. That's more like a fairy, ain't it? Or
a leprechaun. Reminds me of Wayne's World. I'm the leprechaun.
But I always been told that goblins are more like fays.
Goblins are fays. Goblins, leprechauns, fairies are all part of the fae. So are puckwudgies, for that matter. Or at least I believe so, anyway.
Yeah, I don't know much about a lot of these. I'm excited to learn more.
Yeah, don't mess with puckwudgies, man.
I didn't know that they were fighting in the Appalachian Mountains and all that in the lizard man.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And I'm not far from the Appalachian Mountains. Like,
well, find out where there's some rivers and streams and go along the shore.
I know where there's some rivers and streams up there. That's the thing I'm excited about. I need to go back up there because I know at least 3 places in the Appalachian Mountains that have
bring yourself some
great swimming creeks too, like cold, fresh water you can drink too. Oh man.
Very cool.
Anybody who comes up here, I'm gonna take y'all to the Devil's Marble Yard.
Bring them.
It's nothing to do with paranormal. It's just like a bunch of boulders, like stacked up.
Bring them some grapes.
Yeah, that's what Beth was telling me.
Bring some tobacco too, not the rolled cigarettes, but get the fresh tobacco in the bag.
Is there any cryptids that y'all know of in West Virginia?
Ryan, I have a question for you. Okay,
sure. What's up?
Beth just woke me up on something. Okay, in the backyard at Beth's house in Bentonville, we saw stuff I can't explain. Okay, it's not fireflies. The small fireflies will light up their butts when they try to mate. All right.
Right.
This is something shiny, small, teeny, shining in the trees. Even on camera and without camera, naked eye, you can see those. And sometimes it will move a little bit, but there's not a big movements. Could those be fairies?
They could be, yeah. I mean, that's what I usually hear when I get reports of fairies. Yeah.
Okay.
I see fairies
because I was
in the woods
all the time, and you can see them. If let's say Beth does a live from her backyard, you'll see them in the tree, in the small bushes. It's it's not scary at all. You know, it's like
you know what?
see them and you're like wow.
You know what Beth might try actually is if you can gather up some lavender. You like get the actual plant of lavender, or even get the petals. If you put it in one secluded area, lavender is a scent that's said to draw in fairies. So you could try that, or again, the tobacco route, because tobacco is a very, very sacred plant. If you offer up some tobacco, they might show themselves to you.
Yeah, but Beth has nasty fuckwudgies also.
I mean, there's a way to get those. There's a way to get the puckwudgies to behave. If they're misbehaving, they want something from you.
I don't know what they want, but yeah, you can ask that.
They might want her attention, Beth. If they're misbehaving, they might just want your attention. They're kind of like kids.
They want your weed, Beth. No.
They're kind of like kids, though. If you're not giving them the proper attention, they'll throw little temper tantrums. So maybe try the lavender.
Trust me, I know all about that. Oh,
what you could do too is try looking up old folk songs from the 1800s. A lot of people believe if you sing these old folk songs to the Fae, they'll become your friends.
I didn't know that. I need to do a live stream about the Fae. Instead of like after I'm done with season 2 of Cryptid, I'm gonna do Fae Monday or something like that.
There you go. That'd be cool. The Fae are a double-edged sword, though. Some of them can be nice to start with, but once they got you believing they're good, they start screwing you over.
Are elves considered Fae?
Yep. They sure are.
Okay. Dude, yeah, I'm definitely going to do a freaking podcast like this, but it's going to be about Fae.
That'd be awesome.
After season 2 of this, I'm going to start talking about Fae.
That'd be cool as hell, dude.
Ooh.
Do it. All right, gentlemen. I do have to.
I was actually about to end myself. Y'all can stay on panel if y'all want.
Yeah,
no, I got to split, man.
I'm going to cut it out, too, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so Dom, Nubs, Grinch. Great talking to you guys again.
I love you all. Ryan, thank you for coming up. Matthews, Dom, Grinch,
my pleasure, bro.
Thanks for having me.
I love you all. Welcome to the Nubby Bunch. Thank you for watching. Love you all. And I will see y'all next time, fam.
Thank you, everybody.